The Tusculum Pioneers put out another stout defensive effort as they knock off UVA-Wise 21-19 this past Saturday. For the Pioneers, Bryce Moore did account for 3 touchdowns, throwing for 2 and rushing for another, and Jordan Shippey ran for 127 yards, his second 100-yard rushing day of the season. Defensively, Jahad Russ, in for the injured Jackson Coffin, comes up with a big day, career best 8 tackles, and David Johnson, good to have him back into the lineup with 4 passes defended and 6 tackles, and D. Alford was named the South Atlantic Conference Defensive Player of the Week with his interception and 4 passes defended as well. The Pioneers had an easy go of it early and outgained UVA-Wise 353 to 247 on the day. Joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. Welcome into the Pioneer Football Show. I'm Brian Staten. We go up to Wise. We know we've got to do something to end this little bit of a 3-game skid. Yeah. And I think for your team, after a slow start, you get the interception at the start of the contest by D. Alford, and it really sets your offense in motion.
Well, they hit us with a couple RPOs to the strong side. Our safety was a little bit fast, trying to get down in the running game, and made a couple good throws. I mean, it wasn't like they weren't contested. David was on them pretty good, but hit us with a couple RPOs, and then we were able to get them to a 3rd and long. Brought a little combination blitz on them. D makes a nice play, gets back up the sidelines, 25 or 30 yards. I thought D played one of his better games, and has been really playing very, very well all year. Fought through some injuries early, just starting to get healthy, but I thought played very, very well.
Pioneer team that then took that offensively and did the things they needed to do to take the lead. Never relinquished the lead the entire day, and really the game was always within reach, within grasp of Wise, it seemed like, but we just seemed to be playing so good defensively. From a spectator standpoint, which would be me, I felt like the game was at hand. I know that you were never that comfortable on the sideline.
No. Well, we could have put it away two or three different miscues. One inside the 5, we got a guy wide open, twice for touchdowns that we missed. We can't make those mistakes. You know what I mean? If we make that, we really left. We missed a field goal. So we probably left 24 points out there that were very makeable points. And that would have made me feel a lot better. Yeah. But, hey, in 2 weeks, the only thing anybody remembers is the W. You'd rather have an ugly L or ugly W than a pretty L any day of the week. So we've had some close losses that we played very hard and played pretty good in certain areas so I'll take this any day.
Bryce Moore, the first game that he's finished in his collegiate career, just because of either whether it may be just an injury or whatever it may be. Not his best stuff, but again, was efficient enough for the win.
Yeah, he's just got to play smarter, I think. He did some good things as far as with his feet. Had a nice 50-60-yard run again for us. But I think he's got to do a little bit better with the ball in his hands, where he's reading throws, miss some wide open looks, and then on first down throws, 2 picks, you can't do that. So I mean, there's some learning curve stuff there. He needs to play better this week for sure.
The question about that for this week coming up will be Pembroke, and we'll talk about that coming up. But in case you missed any of the action, let's go back to Tusculum and UVA-Wise. Here are your highlights of the contest this past Saturday. We start on the very first drive for Wise. They're driving, facing that 3rd down situation, and D. Alford or actually it's 2nd down here, and you get a big sack. A lot of sacks, 5 hits behind the line.
Yeah, that was actually a tackle for a loss, had a little blitz on that later on we screw up, but this one we actually ran correctly. They come back, tried to run a little, we had a little twist blitz on, and Jahad Russ gets home, hits the guy right, for a little loss here, and then they go for it on, I believe, 4th down right here, and we blitz again. D. Alford gets a pick, returns it for about 25 yards up the sidelines to set up in good field position. So that was really, really excited about that. Come out early. Felt like started pretty strong. Right here, drop back, throw a really good ball. I believe that's to Jordan Shippey with a great catch on the wheel route out the backside. So that was outstanding right here. And I think they were bracketing. I think we were an empty here, and they were bracketing us on the backside. And I think the guy just messed the coverage up. I've seen that before somewhere. But they were bracketing. We ran a little rub, and off the bracket, they just let Torrey go. And the inside release is wide open, so it's an easy touchdown. So that gets us up 7-0.
That was one of the shots to Torrey Ponder in the contest. Should have had probably two. We didn't necessarily talk about that. So the Pioneers go up 7-0. And then, again, some of the miscues start to happen for Tusculum, and I think just an easy throw here, which sets up Wise's first touchdown.
Yeah, I'm guessing he thought they were going to be a man-to-man. They rolled to cover 3. If he hits the under route, we're still running. But he throws the sail route. They pick it, run it all the way back down to the 30, and we don't get them stopped. And they, I think we maybe tipped the extra point or missed the extra point, so it's 7-6 at this point. Wasn't happy with that defensive series, but overall, I thought we played pretty good for the most part. Come back again right here. It looks like hit Deshaun on a little crossing route out of a mesh concept for a first down on 3rd and 6. Right here, got a little motion, and we're working Jake Moss here on kind of a stick 3-5-9 concept. And just take a shot to A.J. Bellinger, who makes a spectacular one-hand catch. He does this all the time in practice, so I've been waiting for one in game. And just great ball skills for A.J. Great catch. Gets us up 14-6 right there.
Bellinger with that 35-yard touchdown reception for him does give the Pioneers the lead. And, again, things look to be very good. But then, again, you have things where you just throw the ball up sometimes.
Yeah. Not real happy about this decision, obviously. If you don't have anybody open, it's okay to punt, and that's what you have to teach a young quarterback. I think there we were able to kind of to slow him down a little bit and get him to punt maybe on that one. Run a little blitz here. David Johnson gets his first blitz sack of his career, I believe, right there on a little cover 2 concept blitz. Come back here and make a nice throw, I believe, to Torrey Ponder, and then he fumbles it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Caught it, fumbled it, but then AJ comes up with it, so he gets the recovery. So we're fortunate there, no doubt about it. I wasn't sure he actually caught it, but they gave it to him. But AJ was Johnny on the spot, did a good job. Run the zone, catch him in a crossfire blitz right here, and really pick it up nicely on the zone. Run it down to the 25-yard line off the inside zone look. Now we're 2x2 here in a 10 personnel package. Drop back, throw one out to Torrey Ponder, makes the guy miss, gets right at the first down yardage for, to get us down for, very, very close, to a first down. Come back out, scramble right here. Nobody's open, uses his legs, is able to get in for the touchdown. So that puts us up 21-6 at this point, and I'm feeling pretty good. And, and then we kind of let them get one right before the half, which was super disappointing. They went for it 3 times on 4th down on that. Run a little counter load concept right here and just get him by a foot right there. Bryce on a zone read with a counter load concept. Really, really good concept there, and we end up with a 50, 60-yard play. So that helps. So right now it looks like we're getting ready to, maybe pull away here. Throw one to Jake Moss across the middle. Gets down to about the 3-yard line. Bring the heavy set in on first down, and we fumble it. And I don't know what happened to that, but they ran it all the way back. Get a stop. This is the first play after the stop on first down. Throw an interception on a bootleg instead of throwing it away and keeping it going. So we got to come out and play again. We get them stopped again. Those are things that we've got to get better at, I know you're dealing with freshmen, the quarterback position, but we got to get better at those kind of things. Come back here, kind of fooled him a little bit. I think they thought we were going to be a man right here on that down distance, and we're able to get a sack. I think it was Xavier Clemens maybe coming around on the wrap, got the sack here. Then we come with another blitz here and do a really nice job of coverage and get another sack. Can't really tell who made that one there.
I believe
Jihad Russ got that one. Okay.
Anyway, Pioneers leading 21-12 right now at the point in the 4th quarter. What we didn't see was getting to the one fumble and then throwing the interception. Now another drive for the Pioneers, putting up in good field position after holding them to a punt, and Jordan Shippey with one of his longer runs of the day.
Yeah, just running the outside zone. They didn't really have a very good edge over there, and we just stayed on the front side. And we're just trying to read off maybe what they did. Are they going to overshift and play man-to-man? Are they going to play quarters? What is it that they're going to do? And then trying to play off of it and do a really good job here. And right there, I thought I should have maybe from the end zone, you should have seen, he should have just stuck it vertical. I don't know really why he didn't. Torrey's got to get up on his guy maybe a little quicker, but so we come run the zone. I mean, we're running the ball well. I felt like we finally established that aspect of it. And then we get down here. It was 3rd and 1 right here. Took a chance a little bit right here. Up 12. Come back, have Boney wide open, and we just inexplicably miss him. I don't know whether. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go up 15 here, 2 true scores. And because I didn't think they'd ever score twice, and we dropped the snap and get nothing out of that drive. So I thought I was playing the percentages, and then they come out and go. They end up. I think we stop them.
Stop them here on this.
Stop them here on this one. Really do a good job. I think Clemens gets another sack right there. He had a 2-sack day. He was hurt all last week. I told him, I said, shoot, you got to hurt your ankle more often. Your best pass rush day you've ever had. But we kind of let them get back in it there at the very end. They score with almost no time left. They onside kick. We get the onside kick, so we end up winning it by 2. But just frustrating that we can't finish that part. So that's where we got to get better. We got to focus everything we do on finishing drives. When you have opportunities to score 24 more points, you got to do those things. You did what we also didn't show is a push field goal from 39 yards that we pushed from to the right that should have had a chance, obviously. So that's frustrating where the game was 21-19 where it probably should have been more like 35 to, 42.
12, yeah.
Yeah, to 12, whatever. And that's the tough part for me looking at it.
Execution I hear a lot for this team, but we did get the balance. I think you wanted to get balance in your offense,
I did.
190 to 185. And again, that's – you look at as I look at numbers, and we did get that balance, but yet there was so much more out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we get the balance and we score where we should in the red zone and don't miss passes, 2 passes that were, about as wide open as they get. If we make those 2 plays, the whole nother game, and then we get down to the 1-yard line on first down, we fumble.
Right.
We got to value the ball. And, before my big pregame speech was value the ball. No matter what we do, value the ball. And I guess some of that fell on deaf ears a little bit. But I thought we played hard and we played well enough to win.
Pioneers in the 3-game losing skid, continue the losing skid for Wise. Now that's 6 straight for them after winning their opening game. And for Pioneer coach Jerry Odom, his first win against Wise in the first ever South Atlantic Conference showdown between the 2 schools. 2016, the Pioneers fell at home. In 2015, the Pioneers won on the road. So they've won 2 straight on the road in Wise, Virginia. The Pioneers will have their chance to end that home skid next year when they host UVA Wise and Coach Dane Dameron. The Pioneers get that victory, get their second conference win of the season, 21-19. We'll come back. We'll chat about Pembroke and non-conference this coming Saturday. That's when the Pioneer Football Show continues after this.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. It's just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
And bounce back.
We welcome you back into the Pioneer Football Show. Tusculum and UNC Pembroke this coming Saturday. Brian Staten rejoined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. The Braves come to a Pioneer Field game that was we had this moved from last year because of some weather
hurricane
issues and things. So we get a chance to play Pembroke, which, they're very comfortable playing South Atlantic Conference teams. This is a team last week against the Bulldogs down big. 35 points they scored in the second half. It's a good offense.
Well, they are good on offense, but they blocked a punt and took a kickoff return back. Was 14 of those points. But, they're good, but they are good on offense. There's no doubt about it. I believe his name Josh Johnson is their quarterback, number 12, 6'3", 220 kid. Very accurate, can run a little bit, it really extends plays. They got some good receivers, solid in the offensive line. We got our hands full on the defensive side of the ball, no doubt about it. On defense, you're going to get a four-man front, cover two, a little bit of quarter, half, some quarters. A little bit young. I think one of their safeties is a freshman. The other safety is a redshirt freshman or sophomore. But big, strong kids can run, big up front, 315 pounds at tackles. Or defensive ends are big. So, it'll be a challenge. I mean, we got to come out and play our best and continue to try to get better each week and try to hopefully get another home win.
The Pioneers take on the Pembroke Braves. That'll be this coming Saturday. Join us for coverage here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Begins at 12:30. Kickoff will be at 1:30 from Pioneer Field. Come join us for that as we start a 3-game homestand as well at Pioneer Field too. He's the coach, Jerry Odom. Thanks to all those behind the scenes. Just today, Nick Forsberg and Jessica Biggers, because they were the only people that decided to be at work this late on this Monday.
Hallelujah, guys.
We're back with more next week. Join us this Saturday, Tusculum and Pembroke. Bryce Staten, good week to Pioneer Nation.